I don't even know where to start. I'm still in shock. I read Josh's posts and his updates, and I can't believe this is how he feels. I never saw any of this coming. Not the divorce, not the loneliness he claims he's been feeling, and certainly not the idea that he's been unhappy for so long. It feels like my entire world has been ripped out from under me, and I'm left standing here, trying to make sense of it all. But if Josh can post his side of the story, then I guess I have the right to tell mine. We've been married for 21 years, that's more than half of my life. In the beginning, it was great. We were young, in love, and everything felt like an adventure. But things change, people change, life gets busy. There were times when I was stressed, when work and raising kids became all-consuming, and I know I wasn't always as present as I could have been. But Josh? He wasn't perfect either. He was always working late, spending weekends tinkering on his car or off hiking without me. It's not like he was ever making time for us either. He just drifted away too. Yes, we started sleeping in separate bedrooms. At first, it was because he snored. You can't imagine how frustrating it is to be jolted awake every night by loud, incessant snoring. I couldn't sleep, and when I don't sleep, I can't function. So we tried the CPAP machine, and while it helped with the snoring, it was still noisy, and I was still waking up throughout the night. I had to prioritize my health, so I moved into the guest room. I thought it would be temporary, but as time went on, I started to enjoy having my own space. I'll admit, creating my sanctuary was important to me. I needed a place where I could unwind, where I didn't have to worry about anyone else. It was nothing personal against Josh. It was just something I needed for myself. It doesn't mean I stopped loving him or didn't want to be with him. It's just, I needed a break from everything sometimes. We were always surrounded by kids, family, friends, responsibilities. Having my own space was my way of recharging. I guess I didn't realize how much that separate space was impacting him. I thought it was normal for long-term couples to develop their own routines, their own interests. I thought we had entered a phase in our marriage where we didn't need to be glued to each other's sides all the time. And I thought Josh was okay with that, because he never said anything. He never brought it up, never told me how lonely he felt, never expressed how disconnected he was. He just silently gave up, I guess. And then there's the intimacy part. Yes, it's true that we haven't had sex in a few years, but I thought that was something we had both accepted. We've been together for so long, and honestly, after 2 kids and all the pressures of life, sex just wasn't a priority for me anymore. I didn't feel like he was interested either. I mean, he never made any advances or initiated anything, and after a while, I just assumed we were content with the way things were. I thought we were both okay with focusing on other aspects of our relationship, but apparently I was wrong. When Josh told me he wanted a divorce, I was blindsided, completely blindsided. I had no idea he was feeling this way, and it hurt more than I can put into words. I thought we were in a stable place, even if it wasn't the passionate, romantic relationship we once had. I thought we were building a life together, even if that life looked different than it did in our 20s and 30s. But to hear him say he's been so unhappy and lonely, I felt like I had failed him. Failed us. What really gets me, though, is that he never said anything. He never gave me a chance to fix things, to work on our marriage, to try to rekindle what we lost. Instead, he just decided it was over and dropped the bomb on me without any warning. I would have tried. I wanted to try. If he had told me he was unhappy, we could have gone to counseling or made more of an effort to spend time together. But he never gave me that opportunity. He just made the decision and expected me to be okay with it. And the kids? God, the kids! They're devastated. Grace is furious, Jack is heartbroken, and I don't blame them for feeling that way. How could they not be upset? We've always been a close family, and now their father is the one tearing it apart. I know he says it's not about them, but how can it not be? They see it as a betrayal, and in some ways I do too. I feel like Josh is giving up on us, on everything we've built together, on the family we created. How could I not feel betrayed by that? The worst part is that he seems so convinced that this is what he needs to be happy. He keeps talking about wanting more out of life, more connection, more intimacy, more something. But why can't he see that we could have found that together? Why does he think the only way to be happy is to leave me? I know we've drifted apart, but we could have worked through it. We could have rediscovered each other, rebuilt our connection. But now, I don't know if there's any going back. I'm seeing a therapist now, and I'm trying to process everything. It's hard, though. I'm trying to make sense of a marriage that I thought was solid, and I'm trying to figure out how to move forward when the life I've known for over 20 years is crumbling around me. I'm angry, I'm hurt, and I'm scared of what the future holds. But part of me still hopes that maybe, just maybe, Josh will realize that leaving isn't the answer. Maybe he'll see that we still have something worth fighting for. But if he doesn't, well, I guess I'll have to learn to move on. I never thought I'd be in this position, but here I am, trying to pick up the pieces of a life I thought would last forever.